Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Star.
PBSO held their annual Fallen Hero Memorial to honor the loss of the brave men and women who died in the line of duty serving the citizens of Palm Beach County. The 17 heroes honored included George Douglas, Frederick Baker, Walter Stroman Jr., James Fogelman, Samuel Stevens, Richard Landis, Frank Genovese, James Dickinson, Kevin Matthews, Anita Pospisil, James Hunt, Richard Oettinger, Gary Hobbs, Donald Chevault, Jonathan Wallace, Dante Manuel, and Clarence Backherms. We also honor the courage and strength of their families.
My name is Major Ronald Matino. On behalf of Rick Bradshaw and the entire PBSO family, it was a great honor that we are with you here today. A day that I know is still difficult, but which reveals the love and faithfulness in your hearts and the hearts of our agency. We remember and we will never forget the 17 beautiful lives taken from us while protecting the citizens of Palm Beach County. We honor the courage of these 17 men and women who put themselves in harm's way every day to serve a greater cause. Richard W. Oettinger.
Detective Clarence Bud Backherms is the latest name added to our fallen deputy memorial wall. This is his story.
February the 28th, 1990, I got called out. I was a detective, got called out on a shooting call to South Bay. One of the Organized Crime Bureau agents had been shot while in the city of South Bay. So we respond to that location, which was in like the 300 block of US 27. And it was a truck stop in South Bay called Bob's Truck Stop. I find out that Agent Clarence Backherms, who we all called Bud, had been shot while he was on the payphone at that location. Bud was able, after he was shot, to get on his radio, call in the information. Units from South Bay Police Department and also the Sheriff's Department responded. They had transported Bud to the hospital in Belglade, and he had gone into surgery. He had been shot on the left side, if I remember correctly. It was a very small caliber. I think it was a 22 caliber. So once it hit Bud, the doctor said it just kind of went crazy in there. So it punctured his intestines and organs in the intestinal area. And at the time, we didn't have a whole lot of information. And we started going around South Bay, canvassing the area, looking for anybody who may have seen or heard anything involving the shooting. Crime scene had responded to the location. And next to Bud's car was a glass, probably like a 16-ounce juice bottle. They were able to lift some prints on this bottle. This kid, he was a 16-year-old, lived in South Bay. He ultimately confesses to being involved in the shooting. He gives us two names of the other two guys that were involved in the robbery. And they ultimately both confessed to their involvement in the shooting of Bud. We find out by these two individuals, there's actually a fourth individual who was the getaway driver, but basically they all get 7 years and the shooter gets 15 years. It didn't seem like it was too long, but Bud was able to come back to work, and about 9 to 10 years after the shooting, he was having a lot of health issues and had to actually retire medically from the shooting. After he retired, he was still going to the doctors. You know, he just said it's just tough, you know, from the way that bullet just went through everything. He was dealing with infections and other issues, and then it ultimately cost him his life. He was a very social person. He came to the jail dressed up as Santa Claus. He was that kind of guy who would help people out. Bud was a former Marine. I'm a former Marine, so there's a little bit of bond there. In 2019, he passes away 20 years later from when he retired, but 31 years from the time that the shooting happened. They had ruled his death as a homicide, and it was a result of the shooting that happened in '90. I think it's really special that he's being honored and put on the wall. It's an honor, but it's like, really, I mean, we had to, you know, it cost him his life doing his job, and it's just hard.
Join us as we take a moment to remember and honor those who sacrificed for all our freedoms. To all that have served, we thank you. Here's Sheriff Rick Bradshaw.
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with a short message on this Memorial Day. Veterans are a symbol of what makes our nation great, and we must never forget all they have done to ensure our freedom. As a Marine myself, I know what it means to serve in the military and give up some of the freedom that you have to ensure that other people can live a free and happy life. So on this Memorial Day, I salute our veterans everywhere in this nation and abroad.
We want to congratulate Deputy Megan Castile, who was named PBSO's Law Enforcement Deputy Sheriff of the Year. She serves Palm Beach County courageously and with a smile on her face. We are PBSO proud. And we want to honor our Corrections Employee of the Year, Alma Wells, for her outstanding work in the Palm Beach County Jail. Thank you for your dedicated service. And a special shout out to Deputy Nakisha Zambrano, our Corrections Deputy of the Year. We recognize her hard work and resilience. We also honor all of PBSO's correction team for National Corrections Officers Week. These men and women, who don't always get enough credit, are an integral part of our criminal justice system. And Sheriff Bradshaw wanted to honor the men and women inside the Corrections Department.
We want to, first of all, say how much we appreciate everybody in corrections and what they do, especially because this is National Correctional Officers Week. You know, corrections is probably one of the most underappreciated and overlooked areas within the sheriff's offices, not only here, but around the country. And it's a shame because they do such an important job for the agencies, and it takes such skills to be a corrections deputy and work in corrections over and above what the average law enforcement officer does. They work in these environments, they're not armed, they have to rely on a very, very good correctional officers' interpersonal skills to deal with a multitude of people. We have people in there that are in there for very minor crimes, but we also have people in there for very serious crimes, and we are the biggest mental health provider in the county. So their interpersonal skills and the ability to get along with the prisoners, make sure everything flows properly, and then make sure that the situation over there remains calm is very, very important, not only to the agencies, but the people in Palm Beach County. So I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for what you do. Keep up the good work, and you are an important part of this agency.
This is also a good time to welcome our new hires inside the Corrections Department. We thank them for forming part of the PBSO team and our PBSO trainers for getting them ready for the work ahead. We also recently celebrated National Police Week. Being in law enforcement has its highs and lows, its wins and losses, but most wouldn't change it for the world. They serve and protect, and we thank the men and women of PBSO for selflessly putting their lives on the line day in and day out.
This year, the Office of Sheriff in Florida proudly celebrates its bicentennial birthday. That's 200 years of men and women dedicating their lives to serve Floridians. Our first sheriffs were appointed in 1821 when Governor Andrew Jackson established Florida's first two counties, Escambia in the west and St. John's in the east. Over the next 100 years, all 67 counties were established and each had a sheriff's office. While many of Florida's first sheriffs were appointed, today every sheriff is directly elected by the citizens. The Office of Sheriff began to protect residents and enforce the law. Today, sheriffs work to break cycles of crime and change lives of troubled youth with programs like the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches. Through innovation and dedication, their work has delivered a low crime rate for more than 50 consecutive years. Help sheriffs celebrate 200 years of protecting your family and community. Visit flsheriffs.org to learn more.
The Chamber of Commerce of the Palm Beaches presented Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with the 2021 Lifetime Leadership Award at this year's Business Awards Breakfast. The event recognizes businesses and individuals who demonstrate an unwavering commitment to their business and professional goals, their employees, and their respective local communities.
Thank you very much. This is probably one of the heights of my career, getting this honor. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I've been really fortunate over the years. I've been able to surround myself with really good people that have helped me get to where I am today. And a lot of them are here, and I appreciate you being here. I'm trying not to get a little emotional here, but the most important person I surrounded myself with was my wife. Without her support, without her understanding of what she does, I can't do this. And a lot of people in this room, I'm sure, feel the same way. The support they get at home is the best. You know, you heard Bill say about getting to 65 to 70% of the vote during elections, and when that happens, you like to think it's about you and you're popular. But I quickly realized it wasn't about me. It's about the men and women in the sheriff's office. It's about those people that put that uniform on every single day to protect you and your life and your family. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I will give you 100% of my focus, 100% of my energy, every day to keep you and your family safe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Looking for a career change? Kickstart your new career with PBSO. Our communications department is hiring.
Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, 911 emergency.
Yes, my husband just beat me and threw me out the car. He has my two daughters in the car.
9 rounds, no calls.
I get to do something every day that's very rewarding, and at the end of my shift, I feel like I've helped plenty of people in Palm Beach County. It's definitely one of the best decisions I've made, and it's rewarding, and you won't be disappointed. You'll actually have something that you can actually say you helped people every day.
Looking to get some online records? Here's a tutorial on what you need to do.
To submit a records request for all types of documents and digital media, you can go directly to www.pbso.org. At the website, scroll down and select Central Records. You are then directed to the Central Records main page, where you will scroll down and select Online Records System. From here, you will be brought into our Public Records portal. To create an account, click Login on the left-hand side of the screen. Click Create Account. If you already have an account with the Central Records portal, simply log in. However, by creating an account, you can now receive, view, and download documents related to your request. You can even make your secure payment online. You may now choose to select the type of record you would like to receive. In this case, we will select Public Records. At this point in the process, you are able to request several types of different public records, such as incident records, audio, video, photo, accident reports, and background checks. If your request does not fit into any of the mentioned types, you may select Other Public Requests. In this example, we will request an incident record. From here, you will complete as much information as possible. It is important to include the incident date, address, incident type, time range, and deputy information if available. Continue to enter the first and last name of the involved parties and describe your request. If there are additional items, including 911 audio, video, or photos, simply select the corresponding checkbox. Receiving your record electronically via the customer portal is preferred. However, you may still obtain your request via regular mail, pick up copies, or inspect on site. Select Submit. A confirmation page will appear and your request will be processed by a member of our Central Records staff.
Mental issues are often hidden in the shadow of stigma. Yet studies show mental illnesses are more common than most think, affecting 1 in 5 Americans. We want residents of Palm Beach County to know they are not alone. For emergencies, call 911, or to speak to someone, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. As part of Mental Health Awareness Month, we shine a spotlight on dealing with depression. Members of the PBSO team reached out to help Isabel with her depression. She was very grateful for our assistance, and she stopped by to thank us. Our PBSO Fun Mobile was on full display at a new McDonald's in Boynton Beach to keep the kids active and happy. We had a very educational day with the students at Binks Forest Elementary School for Career Day. Christy Luna was only 8 years old 37 years ago when she went missing. Here's more on the case.
We're here to keep the case of Christy Luna out there to the public. She disappeared on May 27th, 1984. She was last seen at Bilk's store. If you've been following the case, you know that 2 years ago we went to this house next door over here and we searched the septic system on a good tip that turned out to be nothing. It was very disappointing, but As you can see, or if you follow the case at all, we'll follow up any lead, and if it's a good lead, we'll do whatever's necessary to bring it to a successful conclusion or to disprove it. So anyway, I know 2020 was a bad year. People didn't get to go out. People's lives changed. And I just want you to think about something. In 2020, when your life changed because of COVID, it was very upsetting. Well, Jenny Johnson's life changed on May 27, 1984, and she has never been able to get back to a normal life. She's always wondered and worried where Christy is. We'd like to bring Christy home. That's our main goal, is to bring Christy home, so Jenny has some closure to the case. It'll never be completely closure for her, but at least if we can bring Christy home, we have something. So I'm back here in 2021 and I'm ready to work, and I want to get out there and follow up leads. Just so you know, I got vaccinated so I can go out and talk to people. I want to be able to follow up on cases. I want to be able to follow up on leads. And I would appreciate any leads you can give us so that we can bring Christy home.
We are sad to hear about the passing of Stephen James Hinkle. Mr. Hinkle spent a great deal of his time serving his community, organizing many events to which the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Community Policing Unit participated.
I'm Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Push-button ignitions are becoming a popular feature with drivers. These systems may be convenient, but they can also be a killer. There have been over a dozen deaths nationally, and it appears that this number is on the rise. Palm Beach County is not immune to this tragedy. In 2012, a couple lost their lives from carbon monoxide flooding their home as a result of accidentally leaving their car running in their garage. Always check your vehicle to make sure the engine is not running when you leave your car. To help you remember, we've created this reminder to turn off your car. Remember, we are always here to keep you safe.
And now some news and notes from around the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Did you know you can get alerts from PBSO with the latest information and crime reports on areas across the county? Be the first to know by visiting pbso.org/district-map-all. Our deputies are always hard at work making sure our community is safe and sound. In just one weekend, PBSO arrested 63 individuals. There were 13 individuals who were stopped for drinking and driving. We are doing our best to keep our community safe. And that enforcement includes conducting seatbelt and child safety restraint checks. We have zero tolerance when it comes to seatbelt usage for children. As always, click it or ticket. In a poll, 21% of parents said it was okay to drive with their child not buckled up if they weren't driving far. Yet, buckling up close to home is just as important as fastening your seatbelt during long trips, since 60% of crashes occur 10 minutes or less from home. Together, we can work towards keeping our kids safe on Palm Beach County roads. PBSO cares about our neighborhoods and businesses, which is why we want to keep our streets clean. Our graffiti team goes out to remove gang graffiti from our neighborhoods. Thank you to Barton Elementary School for inviting us to the opening of the Ben Carson Reading Room. We had the pleasure of reading to 20 kindergartners who had lots of creative questions. Ready to roll out! Captain Silva from Wellington passed our grueling motor school. You can now find him patrolling the streets and educating the motoring public about safe driving, especially around motorcycles. After visiting the Stevens family a few times to deliver food for their home, our deputies asked if they needed anything, no matter how small. Their response was more diapers. With the help of the Junior League of Boca Raton Diaper Bank, we were able to give the mother some Pampers for her family. This is how the PBSO family operates. After years as the A Squad patrol leader, Sergeant Eric Dominguez is transferring to the K-9 unit. To show their appreciation, his deputies got him an authentic Cuban Domino's table and a set of dominoes. Recently, PBSO celebrated National Rescue Dog Day, and we're proud to have rescued Dea. She goes around Palm Beach County meeting new friends and giving everyone so much joy. Anybody missing an adorable pony? West Boynton Beach detectives received a call of a loose pony. Animal Care and Control took custody, and the pony was transported to their facility. We continue to feed our community with the help of Feeding South Florida. Our deputies work across the county every Tuesday and Wednesday. And thank you to our team of volunteers. Our deputies recently celebrated the one-year anniversary working with Feeding South Florida, and we couldn't be prouder of the impact they have made in our community. After bringing food to a family in need, we found out they could use more than just food. We discovered there were only 2 beds in a house of 10. The rest of the family slept on the floor. So we contacted Sweet Dream Makers, and new beds arrived for everyone. Many PBSO employees are mothers before anything. So when duty calls, they think of not only about our community, but mostly our children at home. To those women in uniform and those we serve, we hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. We want to thank all the educators in the school district of Palm Beach County for their resilience during this difficult school year. We especially thank them during Teacher Appreciation Week and all year round. What better way to support our community than by helping raise and protect the leaders of tomorrow? We are visiting different aftercare programs and community events with our PBSO Funmobile to make sure kids are staying safe and active. We are so proud of these 2 young men. DeJuan Miller was a recipient of the Palm Beach Sheriff's Foundation Scholarship in 2018 and is now a starting wide receiver for Arkansas Pine Bluff University. And O'Day Hilliard was a recipient of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Foundation Scholarship in 2019. He is a starting wide receiver for Alabama A&M University. Both of their teams played in the Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship football game. They are both true scholar athletes who are making us very PBSO proud. Please join us in congratulating Lieutenant Carlos Ugalde, who is the recipient of the 2021 Tom Stone FBI LIDA Award of Excellence. There is only one person selected each year for this prestigious award out of thousands worldwide. Way to go! While we were doing traffic enforcement, one of our deputies realized this elderly lady needed help crossing the street. The woman was very thankful, and we are PBSO proud. Recently, our deputies received a vandalism call from a 72-year-old in reference to his mailbox. He advised it was not the first time this happened. So Deputy Jeremy Hill stopped by Lowe's to replace the mailbox himself. And let's finish with some PBSO love. We knocked on the door of a home to drop off some food to a family in need. We were there to give, but this dog gave our deputies lots of kisses. PBSO serves. Now back to you, Sheriff Bradshaw.
Okay, that'll do it for this episode of Behind the Star. On behalf of the men and women of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, thank you for watching.